Hello, Matrix. Uncle Pythagoras invite you to the exam session practice. We are going to do 2024 question paper. We are tackling question 1 to see what mistakes are bound to be eliminated when you are doing such questions. Right? This is question 1. This is 2024 November. Right, the question 1.1 read as follows. 1.1, they say solve for x. Now we are solving x here. The first question is 1.1.1. It's x into x minus 3 is equals to 0. This is for 2 marks. You don't waste time when you have marks like these ones. As you can see, even the question itself is so simple. You just say x, this is in the factor form, x is equals to 0 or x is equals to 3. You are done. Come to question 1.1.2. 1.1.2 says 2x squared plus 1 is equals to 4x. Now they say correct to 2 decimal places. This is for 4 marks. Now there is a lot of work here you must do. So here you are going to, once they give you this instruction, that means this equation they have given you is irreducible. Irreducible means there is no factors that you can find for this type of question. So you resort to use the formula, the quadratic formula. So let's rearrange it. It's 2x squared minus 4x plus 1 is equals to 0. Now it is in a quadratic form, in a standard quadratic form. Here you have a is equals to 2, your b is equals to minus 4, and your c is equals to 1. Then x is equals to minus b plus minus b squared minus 4ac. This formula you are going to be given all over today. You are going to be supplied this formula in your exam sheet. So if you don't know it, there is no way in a metric you don't know this. You know it, but for God's sake, for that simplicity's sake, because we all know that when you are writing exam, nothing is fair. Even the simplest thing that you know, it tends to disappear. But I know that you're not going to be like that. We will be praying as you're writing. Here, your b is minus 4 into minus 4 plus minus square root of b squared is minus 4 squared minus 4. Your a here it's 2. Your c is 1. All over 2a, and your a is 2 here. Your a is 2, right? And negative times negative, it's positive 4 plus minus the root of minus, the minus 4 squared is 16. So it's 16 minus 8. All over 2 times 2 is 4, right? Here it means you have to split this, to take a positive sign and a negative sign. So 4 plus the square root of 16 minus 8 is 8 over 4, or x is equals to 4 minus square root of 8 over 4. Then here, you grab your calculator to find the square root of 8. Square root of 8 is 2,82. Now you start to take this into consideration. Once you don't follow this instruction, then you won't get marks, because they say correct to 2 decimal places. You start from here. You say 4 plus a square root of 8 is 2,828. You see, 2,828. This means that it's 2,83. You're rounding off. You take this 8 to round off and to get that. Then you say it's plus 2,83 divided by 4, or x is equals to 4 minus a 2,83 divided by 4. So you take this 2,83, you add it to 4. 4 plus 2,83 is equals to 6,83 divided by 4, or x is equals to 4 minus 2,83. It's 1,17 divided by 4. Then your x here is going to be, divide this by 4, you get a 0,29, or x is 6,83. Divide that by 4, you get a 1,71. You are done. You have taken your 4 marks. Here is a matter of collecting. Make sure that you don't do mistakes. Eliminate all the mistakes. You come to 1,13. 1,13. 1,13 says x squared minus 2x minus 3 is greater than 0. This is for 4 marks. You see, now you start working. This is accumulating marks, right? Here you simply just factorize here. It's x is greater than 0. The factors of 3 that is going to give you a 2 when you add or subtract, it's 3 times 1, which is 3, 3 minus 1, which is 2. We get a middle term. Now we're going to use a 3 and a 1. Signs are not the same. The bigger one should have a negative. Here is negative and positive. Once you get here, you make sure that you put a note in the exam. When you're writing exam or a test, you give yourself, this is my condition. This is a condition. Right, you'll understand that as we go along. Right, you say, you introduce now the equal sign. It's x minus 3 is equal to 0, or x plus 1 is equal to 0. You have replaced the equal sign, the greater sign, which is inequality, with the equality sign. Right? X here is going to be positive 3, or x here is going to be minus 1. Now you are done. This is what we call the critical values. Okay? Now, if you have these critical values, you come to draw a number line. You start with x, you come with this factor, x minus 3, you come with this x plus 1. These are your Right, your x here is given to be 3 and minus 1. So you take your minus 1 here, minus 1, you take your 3 here, here. Now, before you can do anything, just put a small circle direct to these critical values. This means what? This means you are not going to include these two values. It is exclusive, right? Just grab any number just between minus 1 and 3. You can get a 0. Here, just a number before minus 1. You can get a minus 2. A number just after 3, you get a 4. Just I'm writing these numbers so that we can supply all of them in these two brackets. Don't do the mistake of applying a minus 2 here and then at this one apply a different number from minus 2. So in the first one you have, okay, this is going to take our space for this one. Let's put this x minus 3 down. Does not matter which factor comes first. We just cancel this one. We need to put our signs here. Now we start with x plus 1. You put a negative 2 here. It's minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. And minus 1 is a negative sign. You take the same bracket, you put a 0. Just a number after minus 1. Don't do these mistakes of putting this 1, minus 1. Don't substitute a minus 1 in these critical values, in these factors. Now you put a 0 plus 1, it's 1. A 1 is what? It's a positive. Put your positive here. You come and after 3, do not include these. These are not included. They're critical values. You come to 4. 4 plus 1 is 5 and 5 is positive. You come to this one, x minus 3. You put a minus 1, a minus 2 here, a minus 2 and a minus 3 is minus 5. They both becomes negative. You come to 0, a 0 minus 3 is minus 3. Minus 3 is negative. You come here, a 4 minus 3 is 1. A 1 is positive. Now you draw a line here to show that you are done. Then you start multiplying. You multiply this negative and negative, you get a positive and a negative, you get a negative, a positive and a positive, you get a positive. Right. This positive and negative, they are all in this number line. Rather, do not get confused. You can redraw your number line so that you can know what is happening. This is minus 1. This is 3. Now, this negative, these are our product. A positive, it is here. A negative, it is here. A positive, it is here. Now, you go back to your condition. The condition says these factors of yours, they must be greater than 0. It means they must be positive. Can you check the number line with me? Here is your number line. Here you get a minus 1. Here you get a minus 2. Here you get a minus 3. Here you get a positive 1. Here you get a positive 2. Here and so on and so forth. Right. So all these numbers on the left hand side from 0, they are less than. All the numbers after the 0, the positive ones, they are greater than. So if it is greater than, it means we must grab the positive. It is less than, it's negative. So we grab the positive one because it's greater than 0. So here you come, you are looking for a positive sign. Your positive sign lies when you just after, let's not forget to put your little bubble here. Right. Any numbers from negative side after 1, which is left hand side after minus 1, they are positive. You see, that means positive. All the numbers that are greater than 3, excluding 3, they are greater than, because they are positive. So the numbers that are not applicable in this condition is negative. So you cannot grab, x does not lie between minus 1 and 3. Lies between negative infinity to minus 1 and 3 to positive infinity. So your x is less than minus 1. Or your x is greater than 3. So you can put it under one umbrella like this. So x is greater than 3 and x is less than minus 1. This is your final answer. And then you can go to, for your interest sake, there is what we call interval notation. Under interval notation, you put the element of x's. You put a round bracket because of this sign. This less or equals, less or greater, the brackets are round. Greater or equals, less or equals, the brackets are square. You see, so you must not confuse these two. So this one we are going to use a round bracket. So x is the element of, where it is positive, it says that everything must be greater than 0. It means positive. Here is positive all the way from negative infinity to minus 1. Union 3 to positive infinity. You are done with question 1.1.3. Now we are going for the next question, which is 1.1.4. 1.1.4, it says that 2 to the power 2x minus 2 to the power x plus 2 minus 32 is equals to 0. This is 5 marks. Now you start working. Right? If you can check here, we have 2 to the power 2x minus 2 to the power x multiplied by 2 to the power 2. This is what I was trying to show you. Minus 32 is equal to 0. Now you see this is 2 to the power x, this is 2 to the power 2x. So we can introduce a k method. Let k be equals to 2 to the power x. Now when we come here, it means k squared, because they are a square of x's. So the 2 of to the power 2x is the same as k squared minus k multiplied by 2 to the power 2, it's 4, minus 3, 2 is equals to 0. Now let's rearrange this in a proper way. It's k squared minus 4k minus 32 is equals to 0. Now we're looking for the factors of 32. When we add them or subtract, we get a middle term, which is 8 times 4 is 32. 8 minus 4 is 4. Then it qualifies. It's k is equals to 0. It's 8 and 4. Now we come to the sign. This negative means of the constant means that the signs must be different. The bigger one must have a positive. So 8 is greater than 4. It takes a positive sign, then this is negative. So k minus 4 is equals to 0, or k plus 8 is equal to 0. we find that k is equals to positive 4, or let's come back again here. The sign must be different. The bigger one must have a negative, a metric. Such mistakes must be avoided when you write the exam. So we are going to take K 8, K 4 is equals to 0. We come back again. They are different. The bigger one must have a negative. Here is 8 is big, it takes a negative. Then this one must be positive. Yes, now I've got it right. Okay, k minus 8 is equals to 0, or k plus 4 is equals to 0. So this one disregard. Right. Remember, don't rush. You can rush, but don't rush in a way that you do some silly mistakes like the one I just did. Okay, you are going to lose a lot of marks. Now, k is equals to 8, or k is equals to minus 4. So instead of k, we introduce 2 to the power x. K was 2 to the power x is equals to 8, or 2 to the power x is equals to minus 4. Here and there, just do this, because you cannot have a positive base to be equated to a negative base. This is a negative base. So here you continue with this one. 2 to the power x is equals to 2 to the power 3, which is 8. Therefore, 2 is equals to 2. We have common base. Therefore, x is equals to 3. You're done. You have your 5 marks. Right. Remember here, metric, you go and collect everything. Go and collect everything. You go to 1, 1, 5. 1, 1, 5 says that minus 2x plus 4 under a root sign minus x is equals to 2, which is 4 marks. Again, make sure that you collect here. I know that you all know what to do here. It's minus 2x plus 4 under a root sign. You equate it to, you take this x on the other side of the equation. You find that it was negative, it becomes positive. It's x plus 2. You apply a square on both sides. You square both sides. So this 2 cancels with the square root. You are left with minus 2x plus 4 equals to x plus 2, x plus 2. This is the square of it. Now you start to distribute here. X times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x. 2 times x is 2x. 2x plus 2x, you get a 4x. 2 times 2 is 4. Now you're done. Take this on that side. You say it's x squared plus 4x. This is your x. Is negative. Comes that side. It is going to be positive 2x. You have your 4 here. Take positive 4 from the left to go to the right. Becomes negative 4. Now you have x squared plus 4x plus 2x is 6x. Minus 4 plus 4 is 0 equals to 0. Take a common factor of x. It's x plus 6 equals to 0. This is in a factor form. Therefore, x is equals to 0, or x is equals to minus 6. Now you cannot submit this until you do a test from the original equation. Let's start with a 0. Whenever you see x, you put a 0, plus 4, put a square root, minus 0. Let's say at, I'll write it this side, is equals to 2. At x is equals to 0, right? Then a 2 times 0 is 0. We are left with the square root of 4 inside. It's square root of 4 minus 0 equals to 2. Square root of 4 it's 2 is equals to 2. Then right hand side is equals to left hand side. Then this fit, you check it. Then you come to x is minus 3. At x is equals to minus 6. You find that this is 2x minus 2. When you see x, you put a minus 6. Minus 6 plus 4 minus x. Your x is minus 6 minus x is equals to 2. Right? You come and say minus times minus is positive. 2 times 2, 2 times 6 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. 12 plus 4 is 16. You put a 16, square root of 16. Negative times negative is positive. Positive 6 must be equals to 0. The square root of 16 is 4 plus 6 is equals to 2. 4 plus 6 is 10 is equals to 2. No ways. 10 can never be equal to 2. Therefore, x is equals to minus 6 is invalid. Therefore, the final answer is x is equals to 0. This one, say, you indicate here, x must never be equals to minus 6. You are done with 1, 1, 5. We go for the next question, which is 1, 2. Solve for x and y simultaneously. So if we're solving the x simultaneously, you have 2x plus y is equals to 3 and y squared plus xy is equals to 2. Now here, rearrange this one to make y a subject of the formula. So y is equals to minus 2x plus 3. You call this one equation 1. And then this one is your equation 2. Now you substitute y into equation 2. You start by writing equation 2 so that you won't do that mistakes. Here we are eliminating the possible mistakes because you are bound to do mistakes when you are doing mathematical operation. So I have rewritten equation 2. So whenever I see y, I put minus 2x plus 3. So it's minus 2x plus 3 square plus xy is equals to 2, right? I multiply these 2, which is minus 2x plus 3, repeating it, minus 2x plus 3 plus xy is equals to 2. When I distribute here to multiply these two brackets, a negative times negative, it's positive 4x squared. This one and that one is negative 6x. A negative 6x and a negative 6x, I get a negative 12x plus xy. Oh, my y here, I did not put the minus. So I put wherever I see y, it's x, multiply it by minus 2x plus 3 is equals to 2. Now I have to distribute this x into the bracket of minus x plus 3. I have a 4x squared minus 12x. Negative times positive is negative. Negative negative. Okay, let me do this. I can see that this, I have left out this 3 and 3 to be multiplied. Okay, I will put it later. Right, this times that, it's minus 2x. X times 3, it's plus 3x. Now I have left 3 times 3, which is plus 9. I take these two to join this constant. It was positive, it will become minus 2 is equals to 0. Now it's a matter of arranging this 4x squared minus 12 and minus 2, it's minus